Hello and welcome to Beyond the Plastic. My name is Leon Odenbredt. Today we're talking about a game, Mutants. This game I got from Kickstarter, and it claims to be a deck builder, and I will definitely agree. It's actually more than a deck builder. It also has skirmish in it, it has a lot of other items in it, and it's like a ×2 deck builder, which I think is kind of cool. So, Mutants is as I said, a skirmish game, and you start out with a basic hand of cards. You start with a deck of 10, but before you even start the game, you draft your extra guys, and you draft a handful of extra guys. When I say that, it's like 12 extra guys. I think it's 6 different groups, and your extra guys are more powerful than your normal guys, and also worth more victory points. And what I mean by that is, at the end of the game, you earn victory points in multiple different ways. At the end of each round, and there are 5 rounds, you earn victory points. I'm going to cover real quick what each kind of card does. So we'll start with the blue cards. And the blue cards let you copy the ability generally. So if you see blue, it generally means that you're going to copy. I did forget to say one thing. And I'm going to go to the board here real quick. When you play a card and it comes out on your game board, you play it into here and then you move it either right or left. If you already have cards out here and you play another card, it has to decide which way it wants to go. If it goes to the left, then this here card may copy the deployability of one of the other ones. So you may freeze it, you may, based on what's there. If you do the other side, then you go through do attack. And this one here, the red ones tend to attack. But you get a choice of how they go out and how they deploy. But as you can see, there's a top ability. Oops. There's a top ability, and there's a bottom ability. The top ability in this one here is +1 aggression, and then the other one, the bottom is copy. God, I didn't copy. There we go. That's better. And so blue's about copying. Brown is all about getting your second level monsters into your deck. Orange is about doing adding cards to your deck, drawing extra cards. Green is about freezing, and I'll explain freezing in a minute. Red is about attacking. And blue, or purple here, is about getting cards off the deck as fast as possible. You get this card off, you get 3 of the aggression. And what I mean by that is, this is the scoreboard, and it goes around to 50, and this is the aggression track. And if your aggression is higher than the other person, at the end of the round, the person in first place for aggression gets 4, the person in second place gets 2. If somebody were to defeat me, so he was here and I was down in this red area, and they're at the very top, at the start of his turn, he would get the little black number. In this case, it's 2. Up here, it's 4. So it's 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. So he would get that at the start of his turn without having to do anything else. And then he continues playing. I continue adding. It does not end the round when he defeats me like that. He crushes me, but it does make a difference. If he finishes here and I finish on top of him, I get the big number and he gets the little number because I'm in first, he's in second. So it is advantageous to go second, but it also leaves you vulnerable if you move down too far. Now, as I had mentioned before, you can get mutants added. Here's one mutant, Brittany, and she has that special symbol. This means she can leave the table immediately and pull off her bottom effect and the top effect at the same time, which is really cool. There are cards that do forever effects, like this one. As long as this card is face up on the board, it pulls off its top one. So each time you copy any number of abilities, you get +2 on the aggression track. So as long as it's on the board, that's stuff that's important to keep track of when you're trying to do stuff. So we have the game set. This is kind of how the game gets set up. And you'll start out with a deck of 10 cards plus these above it in what's called the gene pool area. I'm going to move this out of the way because I discussed in your gene pool you'll have face down about that many cards, and then you flip up the face up of each pile. Once you flip them face up, then you can play like this beast, and you can bring these cards to your discard or to your hand. So in this case here, I would play the beast, bring him over, and he does his top ability, which would be, okay, I'll discard these 2 cards, or let's see, yeah, orange and brown. I discard these 2 cards to get this card added to my hand. So that's how you do it. The beast, the brown one, can be any color. If I just decided to get rid of an orange and a brown, I can then bring that to my hand. The whole point of this is that it's a deck builder. But when you start the game, what you do is you lay out all the cards, and everybody picks which ones they want to be in their mutant deck. Oh, I want this one. I want this one. I want this one. So you can switch back and forth. This isn't all the cards that are there. There is this many more cards. So it's a huge amount to choose from. It's not like you have just a small choice. So the game is about building a deck before you build your deck. And I really like that. The other thing about this game that is that I really like, and I should say there's more than one thing that I really like about this game, is that this game, okay, I'm going to go with the negative stuff first, and then I'm going to come back to the positive. This game can feel clunky at times. There's 6 different abilities, and if you only build with 2 or 3 or 4 of them, there's 2 of them that you're not using, and it makes the game feel clunky because somebody else is pulling them off and you're not able to. It's your fault, but it feels clunky. I don't feel like there's a way to balance a deck and make a perfectly balanced deck. That said, I very much like this game. The second negative that I have about this game is that it can get a bit mean if somebody builds a mean deck. And there's a possibility to do that. And I'm not a fan of mean games. That said, I don't mind attacking other people. I don't mind games like TI4, Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea, where you're encouraged to fight. It's fine. It's just that this game can get a little bit meaner than that. Now to the positives. This is taking deck building in so many different directions. It isn't just a deck builder. It's beyond a deck builder. And it's a great game. I give this game I really like the fact that they do this this dual deck building. You build the deck before you build the deck. The other thing that I like about it is it gives you a chance to focus on what you really like. So for example, if you really like drawing cards, you're a Yu-Gi-Oh player, you will really enjoy this game. If you are a Magic player and you're used to those attacks, it has the attacks in it. It has all the stuff that is in like a lot of the popular games. The most important thing that to me that this game provides though is that it provides the chance for you to build it however you want and to also react to what your opponent's doing. Your opponent's going with a lot of blue, which is getting rid of a lot of cards immediately and scoring points quickly. You have to counter that by playing other cards that help you counter them. Things like instead of going for draw power, you may want to go with an attack to weaken their get off the board ability. So I've talked about this. My overall grade on it, the clunkiness definitely brings it down. I would give it like a 7.2 out of 10. It's a really, really good game. I really enjoy it. But clunky just automatically brings it down a lot. I think that if they were to find a way to smooth that out, make it a little easier to do, I think this game could be a 10. I really like the design. I really like the play of it. I really like everything about it, with the exception of that feel of clunkiness. So, thank you very much. This is Leon Odenbrett from Beyond the Plastic saying, Muntants, very good game. Not great. Very, very good.